Yo, 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 what's good? What's good?
It's
We
good.
got another episode of Nothin Nice. I got my boy Mook Jones, my brother. You
What's
good,
up,
my
y'all?
boy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shout out to E back at the crib. We'll holla at him later.
Shout
Yo,
out.
okay, so let's get into this. We're gonna rip the Band-Aid off. Dallas couldn't find a way to get it done. Boston went ahead. They stepped up. They got it done in 5, just the same way E said they would. Boston got it done. So tell me, bro, what'd you see from this?
Man, I kind of accepted the fate, man.
Yeah.
Be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a sweep. So,
Yeah.
E-Man was right on this one, man. So we got to give him his props, man. Oh, man, like I said, man, this Boston team, man, they surprised me, man. Like I said, the maturation of Jaylen Brown, man,
For sure.
much better player, man. You can tell he went into this offseason, put in the work, man. So, man, I can't be mad at it, man. Much respect to the guys, man. Much respect.
Man, Jaylen Brown for sure has solidified himself as one of the best two-way players in the NBA, one of the best players in the NBA. And if he keeps on this trajectory, like, who knows what his ceiling is going to be, because he's still only 25, 26.
Young.
Man, he's like just now entering his prime, which is scary. He and Tatum, so the sky's like the absolute limit.
Don't forget about my boy Drew Holiday, man. Like I said before the series started, man, the guy scares me to death, man. Like I said, man, you want to win a championship, you one piece away. Go get your boy Jaylen. Go get your boy
Get your boy Drew.
Go get your boy Drew Holiday, man.
That's honestly.
Go get you a Drew Holiday.
Honestly, that's facts. Guys like him, KCP, Kentavious
Right,
Caldwell-Pope,
KCP, man.
guys like that, man. When you're like really close and you just need like that
Right.
little bit to get you over the hump.
Yeah.
Swiss Army knives like those guys who can hit shots, play defense on multiple people, and just have that winning mentality, man. That's clutch.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
everything.
Everybody need those type of players, man. You know, gonna make the big shots, gonna step up, guard the best offensive threat, man. That's great that you said that, man. KCP, man, 'cause that's a really good comp, man, to have, man.
Man, he went from LA to Denver and said,
Man,
I'll get
same
it in
thing.
bruhs, literally. So,
Yeah, he
man.
kind of like the Danny Green type.
no, yeah. Similarity.
Yeah,
for
because, you know, 3 and D, you know.
3 and D,
But I think Drew Holiday is more than 3 and D, you know. He set the tempo,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, because he could definitely run point.
Yeah.
Like, he could run point. Like, Drew Holiday running point isn't the same as, you know, like a Chris Paul running point.
Right.
Or even Luka when he runs point. One of these
Right.
guys who get high assists.
Right.
But he does enough at point guard to where you're going to respect
Yeah.
it. And then what he does on defense is just
I-
so
I-
great that you're just like,
I think
okay.
for
we can
what he do,
rock.
he doesn't have a weakness. To me, he doesn't have a weakness. I know people can say scoring, but I think if he was the number one on the call sheet, he could score 25 to 26 points a night if he was asked to do that. So I don't think he really have a weakness.
Okay, I mean, I hear you. I can't see him as a 25 to 26 a night
But he was
guy,
in Philadelphia.
But was he?
Yeah,
He was doing 25 a game in Philly?
yeah, easy. He was an all-star.
I know he was an all-star because he's been an all-star twice.
With Iguodala, I think with Iggy was Iggy there? Yeah, for sure he was like a 25-point a night guy.
I think he's probably like somewhere around 20. But regardless, like, Drew's nice.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about Drew. I like Drew.
Some respect on Drew.
I want to
man.
have Drew on my team. Drew, if you ever want to, just stop by Cleveland and, put on the uniform and, play a couple games.
This guy, bro. I was trying to get somebody in Ohio.
Feel free.
Man, leave that man alone, man.
Man, listen.
You don't have enough of them small markets, man.
That's where you can go do great. Boston is a small market. Boston, yes. They're a storied franchise, but at the end of the day, they're a small market as well.
At least they title town. Like,
man, whatever. But But no, Drew did his thing. Salute to him. Salute to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown was so humble with it. I know, like, Jason Tatum in that series, he led in points, assists, and rebounds.
Right.
Part of that is because they honestly just took Game 4 off in Dallas. They're just like, Dallas, go ahead, get you one. We chilling. We're going to be back at the house.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised, man. They kind of try to lose just so they could
be back in Boston.
Yeah.
Because that's literally what it felt like.
That's crazy.
It was basically like, guys, like, let's give an effort, but not just a full-out effort. Because we could be back home and get this to our fans because they've been wanting it.
And the NBA kind of need to keep a cap on that too, man. Because when you just lose out the blue like that, you know,
there's no way to prove it.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, man, like, you know, there's already the conspiracy theorists, you know, out there to say, you know, the NBA is rigged. But when stuff like that happens, like, you've been blowing these guys out, been dominating for 3 games, and all of a sudden the 4th game, when you know the betting odds are up there, you know.
They're just going to say, man, they're great. They're professional players too. They came out, they hit, they got the buckets, so on and so forth. And
I'm sure that's the case, man. But I'm saying, like,
and it gave us more basketball. So I think
I'm not
Boston could have laid down for 2 more games for all I care, so like, we could get to a game 7. But
like, thank God for the WNBA, because right now we kind of in limbo, man. Like,
and then we got the Olympics coming up, so we're gonna have the Olympics to watch, but we're gonna have to wake up at basically 2:00 in the morning just to see what's going on there. So
ain't nobody happy right now but the wives. Movie night.
And that's the wives that don't watch basketball. The wives that watch basketball, they angry just like that.
Oh,
man, but no. So
I catch the highlights of the
Olympics. Oh yeah, no. Depending on the game and who they playing, if it's against like a Spain or like somebody who historically
it must be on the weekend.
We gonna I'll watch a little bit. I'll watch. It just depends how everything's shaking out.
I ain't losing no beauty sleep, bro.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. So, question for you then. So we see what Boston is. We see how they pretty much just ran through the East. You know, there are injuries in the East.
Right.
However, when they beat the team that came out the West, they smacked them. So with Boston constructed the way that they are, the owner already said everybody's coming back next year. Do we think Boston can repeat?
Yeah, Horford coming back?
If he doesn't retire. But outside of that, he said everybody's coming back.
Man.
So what you think, bro?
Man, it's gonna be so even, man. I mean, you got Giannis in Lillard,
right?
In Middleton if he's healthy,
right?
You got Embiid
and Maxey,
and I know they're probably gonna add a third piece.
They're gunning for Paul George.
Some people saying Paul George. Some people saying
Jimmy Butler.
Yeah. Man, I'm very intrigued to see. On the last episode, I did make a take about, you know, Boston being much better and they trying to beat that Golden State 73 win team.
Yeah.
So man, I got them getting back to the finals, but I don't necessarily having them win. I think the West is going to be super loaded, man. And then you also got Ja returning, and he should be healthy too. And then you got that team turning back to health in the West, man. It's tough, man. You talking about repeating or you talking about coming out the East for Boston?
No, I'm talking about repeating, getting it done.
Man, I don't want to count them out because I already bumped my head with that this year. So I don't want to count these guys out. Like I said, I think they have all the pieces. They starting 5 is the best defensive starting 5.
Yeah.
That's out right now. Easily. So, man, I feel like they always going to be in the game.
And they can all of them can hit a 3.
Yeah. I feel like they might be the number 1 seed in the East again. Man, it's so hard to call it right now because health always rears ugly head when it especially comes to the NBA, man. It's such a...
So...
If I had to say right now, I would say...
Say it with your chest, bro.
Man, I don't know, man. Because like I said,
I mean, everything, you know, the situations could change. People could get hurt, traded, anything
and
like that.
And then, like I said,
just as of right now,
pieces could be moved.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Because we're just getting into
like right now, teams as is.
Right.
I think Boston could, I say they'll return to form.
Okay.
I say they'll win the East. That's as far as I can go. Far as the West, I don't know. I don't know, man. Just today we got some news.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's kind of where I stand on that. I think that Boston can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I do not think they'll get out the East again if everybody's healthy.
Who you think they'll get to?
Okay. Now, you say the West is loaded. The East is really just as loaded.
Man, it's crazy.
Like, as far as their good teams are good teams, period. Like, you have Indiana, expect them to be better. New York, expect them to be better. We have the Bucks. We have Cleveland. We have New York. Like, and so that's 5 right now. We got Philly. That's 6 teams right there. Man. Not including Boston, number 7.
Right.
So they're just, they have the same type of muscle.
Right.
So just looking at these teams, kind of figuring out like who's where or like what we expect from them. I think that Boston will go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's, they have the ability. Mm-hmm. I just think that they'll run into the Bucks. I feel like the Bucks are due again. I feel like Giannis will be in the form.
So are they staying healthy? So
they're healthy, yes. Everybody being healthy. Mm-hmm. Because they don't have anybody who's going to be stopping.
What about Philly if they get...
The only thing with Philly is that Embiid's health, I say with everybody healthy, but right. Embiid's just been so unhealthy for most of his career that it's hard to know. Like, Embiid healthy, Philly has a puncher's chance against pretty much anybody.
So if they get rid of Tobias, is that amount by subtraction by minus or add?
Addition by subtraction?
Yeah.
So that's if it depends who they get. If they get Paul George and give it to Tobias, that's a win. Okay, we're do new discussion. Mm-hmm. If they get Jimmy Butler and give up Tobias, different discussion.
That's fixing it. That's fixing what.
Man, Daryl Morey. I know he's.
I don't think Miami gonna let Butler go.
I don't think they're gonna have a choice. I think Butler's on his way out.
Think so?
After Pat Riley said the if you didn't play you shouldn't talk comment. Yeah. Jimmy's not the type to be like, oh okay, I'll rock.
But I thought about that, but I think
because remember, I don't think it was last year. I think it was the year before. It may have been last year. When Jimmy Butler and Udonis Haslem got into it, and Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra got into it.
I remember that. There's been a lot of head clashes. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, man, the East is so competitive, bro. And then you got the Knicks that's going to be healthy too as well.
Exactly.
And those guys, man, I know they're probably going to sign Anunoby, but what if they get one of those pieces? What if they get Jimmy Butler, or what if they get the one who's left? Like, whoever decided to go to Philly, what if they get the leftovers? That's going to be crazy.
See, but the only thing with that though, like on paper and just like thinking about it, you're like, no, that's crazy. However, you think, okay, Julius Randle's also going to be back. There's only one basketball still. How are they going to share?
Robinson?
Exactly. So how are they going to share the rock? Who's going to be doing what? What are the expectations? To me, like going on the court?
To me, Jimmy is like one of those players we were talking about earlier with KCP and Drew Holiday. He's like one of those scrappy players that don't necessarily need the ball. I think he'll be a great fit in, but he can, and at times he can go get it too, though.
I was gonna say playoff Jimmy. We know that's a real thing. I don't care what anybody says.
And for me,
playoff Jimmy Butler.
For me, that's what you need him for. Like the Knicks alone, like as present standing, they're gonna be a top 4 seed in the East.
Yeah, but we don't. What I'm saying though is we don't know what a presence like Jimmy Butler or Paul George being added, how that could possibly take away from like a Jalen Brunson or like a Julius Randle. Like, how would that take away from what they do or their intensity or their mindset? Because, like I said, there's only one ball.
I'm more worried about Randle than Brunson because here's why. We seen Brunson already play with like a superstar that demands the ball.
Right, and also Brunson's gonna bring the ball over the court, so he's gonna have it.
We seen him thrive playing with Luka.
Right.
And who has the ball more than Luka? He's so ball dominant. Well, his ball domination is like he was like 1 or 2.
Right. He's always up there.
Yeah, so he's always up there. So to me, it's not going to be a problem for Brunson, to play with another ball dominant.
But that still leaves Randle.
For me, Randall though.
Where we don't know what type of effort he'll give.
Yeah.
If you're the third option at this point.
Well, here's the thing about...
Because if it's Paul George here, you're for sure the third option. If Jimmy Butler's there, Jimmy Butler knows how to, maneuver his game enough to where he'll still get his...
But here's the thing, though, with me, if it's Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
I think Jimmy Butler tends to like to play with dogs. And I think...
Oh, no, for sure.
I think Randall is a dog. So I think him and Butler would get along just fine.
Okay.
I mean, you got to look at the dogs he's played with before. You got to look back at even when he played with Joakim Noah.
Right.
They got along great. Joakim Noah was a dog.
Right.
So you got to look at his history of playing with players like even Miami, Bam, a dog.
Yeah.
Him and Butler got along great. So anytime you put him with a dog, the only time you have had problems with Butler is when he played with finesse player like Carl Anthony Towns,
right.
or as D-Man say, Carl Anthony Fouls. But yeah, man, I think if he playing with a dog, man, I don't think he mind being a third option. I don't even think he care about being a fourth option. To me, it's just about winning.
So, bro, what do you think about? I'm just thinking about it more, and when Jimmy Butler was in Philly, and Philly was having success, it was Ben Simmons. He was the second option. Joel was the first option.
And Tobias was, in some ways, was the third.
Tobias sometimes was the third option.
He didn't mind.
Jimmy would bounce between 3 and 4 until the playoffs.
And then you had JJ coming off screens.
Man. Yeah. Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Honestly, just from what we know he can do and how he can take over, and when Joel is tired and you need somebody to go out there and fight, if Maxey isn't getting it done the way he needs to, or if there needs to be more balance, Jimmy can score on the block. He has a good mid-range, three-pointer. He's okay.
Yeah, and people forget that Philadelphia team was one lucky shot away from going to the NBA Finals.
That shot was a travel before he ever got the shot off. That was
to
crazy.
me, Jimmy Butler is a more confident version of Ben Simmons.
Okay.
So I think it'll be a great fit. I think him and Jalen Brunson, because they both everybody that's on this team is dogs for the New York Knicks.
Oh yeah.
You got Hart.
They got the New York mentality.
Everybody on that team is a dog,
for sure have the New York mentality.
And then you got Thibodeau. They'll be reuniting. People forget Thibodeau
in Minnesota.
In Chicago.
Yeah.
With the Bulls. Thibodeau was the coach.
Yeah.
So he'll be reuniting. So he knows Jimmy Butler better than anybody. So
man,
that's a match made in heaven. Actually, man, a lot of me thinking about it, bro. Listen to the boys.
Now, for the Cavs' sake, I don't want them to go. Man. However, go out west somewhere. I heard that. Let me see. Minnesota could use you again, bro. Minnesota can always use you, and if not Minnesota, I mean, you could always go to a place like OKC. OKC will love your services. Get off the East. You don't have to be over here. It's cold, snow and whatnot. Bro, just move on. Alright, so bro. So back to the finals real quick. So we have Boston just won the finals. Mm-hmm. We saw how complete of a team that was.
Right.
So I saw a question posed earlier, and I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. Mm-hmm. It said, who is the best NBA champ of the last 5 years? Chat, I want you all to put in the chat of the team that you feel is the best NBA championship team in the last 5 years. I'll run it back for you. We got Bronze Lakers. We have Giannis's Bucks. We have Steph's Warriors. We have Joker's Nuggets. And we have Brown's Celtics. Out of those 5 teams, who was the best NBA champion?
For the first initial reaction I had was Golden State.
Okay.
But as I started thinking about it, man, that Denver team was tough.
That Denver team was.
But you got to look at. So I'm doing a process of elimination.
Okay.
So that Denver team would have been, to me, the best championship team. But when they kind of depleted their bench, I mean, you got rid of Jeff Green and you got rid of Bruce. What's his
Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown. That was a major loss for them, and you seen it.
I'm just talking about their championship years.
That championship year?
Yeah, not post, but their championship years. So these championship teams, like when their championships assemble.
Well, if you're going that way, I mean, I hate to be prisoner of the moment, but you got to go with the Celtics because cause think about it though, you talking about from beginning to the end.
Yeah.
You talking about to be a number one seed. Like when the last time there was a number one seed won the championship.
Okay.
So they've been a number one seed all the way throughout. Mm-hmm. They dominated. They only lost 3 games in the playoff in the postseason.
Right.
And they pretty much dominated. Like the harder the series got, the more they dominated, which is very backwards. Usually it's, easy in the first round, you dominate, and it gets harder. But it seemed like as they got harder, it got easier for them. And like I said, man, I from start to finish, and you got to look at the pressure. All the pressure of the world was on these 2 guys' shoulders. So to me, I gotta say it's Boston. We've seen teams where they've been for the starting 5 been dominant on the offensive end, but this is the first year where the team is the best team and they're dominant. Their first starting 5 is dominant on defense. Like literally every player on their starting 5 could be first or second team all defense. And that's crazy. So I gotta say Boston. I know it sounds prisoner of the moment, but when I look back at it, like even those Laker team, it's always gonna be kind of an asterisk because they said that was the bubble championship.
Yeah.
And then with Denver, they said they was even though they was getting over the hump, even though they was pretty dominant. People always say, it's Denver. They had to get one something. It's been so long. Christmas come once a year. So it was like that. Okay, they finally got one. And I think if it would have been meant more if they would have back to back. And who else was it?
The Bucks.
The Bucks. It was kind of like Giannis. It was a proven year, but I don't think that was the best team all year round. Even though it was a lot of pressure on Giannis, I feel like they could have been beat by. I really feel like they were supposed to get beat by Brooklyn. That toe on the line 3. So I kind of penalize them for that because if it's a toe away, they don't go to the.
That's the game though.
They don't go to the finals, man.
They're holding that against them as well.
But you got to, man, because like I said, they still bring that up to this day.
I don't know why they still lost. You still lost. That's the only.
And even with that,
one of you lost.
And even with that, they was kind of like an underdog, wasn't it? Even to the Phoenix Suns.
I think they were under. They were.
It was kind of underdog. So I gotta go with Boston. I gotta go with Boston. Even though Boston was technically an underdog to Dallas because everybody had Dallas, and that may be because people saw them beat Minnesota, which they was high on Minnesota.
Okay.
But I gotta say Boston.
Okay. So that's a solid process of elimination. So just in that same spirit, I'll do the same one because I did like that. So let's kind of go through it. Let me see. Okay. So the Lakers championship, that one was, so here's the thing. I don't discredit that championship because they're in the bubble. You win. Everybody had the same opportunity.
I feel it was a hard championship.
However, I don't necessarily feel it was hard, but I feel like it's still a championship. Yeah. You still had to play. Like everybody had the same chance to show up to play. Now, all things being considered, there were outside sources that had nothing to do with basketball that were affecting it because the social justice stuff that was going on, the COVID stuff that was going on, there was a lot. So I can understand people just being like, man, I just want to go home. However, you get paid to play basketball. Everybody gets paid to go to work. Whatever your job is, you have to go do it. True. Like they didn't say I didn't feel like cashing checks. So, so at the same time, like you get paid to play, go play.
Right.
However, like the Lakers, I feel like them being able to have that time off from when Rudy Gobert coughed on the mic, stopping the league, that being the only thing he could stop, where he coughed on the mic and had everybody get sick.
Right.
From there, Bro, that low key is what got him traded.
Man. Hey, Donovan was like
that
a bud,
was
man.
crazy.
That's
Getting
crazy.
your best player sick while trying to beat
too,
Messi
man.
is insane.
Damn, really.
No, but but for real. So everybody being like the Lakers had time to heal.
Right.
Because at that point we hadn't seen AD and Bron just be healthy like that, but they had time because I think one of them had an injury, but they had time to recover.
And that was,
any other NBA year, you wouldn't have time to recover.
And just to piggyback, that was a year too. Clippers were heavily favored, like before
They
the
were.
whole shutdown, and they kind of just gave up in the bubble too.
No, for sure.
They didn't want to be there.
Now again, you still get paid, you still
Right,
have to play, but all things being considered, because you get a break to recalibrate your body, and that wouldn't happen in any other. That wouldn't happen in any other
That was
season.
like a 2-month layoff.
Yeah. So just off of that, it's just like okay, we'll kind of. I can't rank the Lakers too highly for that championship.
Right. That's understandable.
So that takes them out. With the Bucks championship, I do respect it. However, like once they got past Brooklyn, once they got past Brooklyn, it was
it was a short-handed Brooklyn team too.
Yeah, well, I mean that's kind of yeah.
Kyrie, was out.
Kyrie was hurt.
Harden was hurt.
KD still. Harden was tripping that year though. Remember that was the year that he didn't even.
No, Harden was balling that year.
Was that the year?
Yeah, Harden was balling that year.
Yeah, he has to leave the next year.
He got hurt in that series too, though.
Yeah. But
he almost beat
regardless,
that team by himself.
KD. Yeah, but he didn't. He didn't get it done. So whatever, they beat that team. They beat Miami in that one. They swept Miami. Then they beat the Nets in 7. They beat Atlanta in 6, and then they beat the Suns in 6. That was a great championship. I feel like that year was more of a great individual year for Giannis, more than it was for the team. Because Giannis in that last closeout game,
that 50 piece, he would not be denied.
It didn't matter who was in front of him. He was like, reservations for however many want to come with me to the rack. So great for Giannis, but as a team, I can't give it to him.
I respect that.
For the Warriors hoop. That great. I feel like kind of with Giannis, it was great for Steph more than it was for the team.
I feel like experience won that championship.
I feel experience, but not just experience. I also feel like that was like another shot at KD.
Yeah.
To be like just to cement Draymond's. We won before you, and we won after you.
That was like the last hurrah championship.
Low key. No. That's definitely what it feels like. But they got it done. But however, that one they beat the Mavs in 5. That was cool. They beat
the Celtics for the championship.
Yeah, they beat the Celtics for the championship in 6.
Really, just like I said, experience. Won that series.
They were just ready for the moment.
I don't think they necessarily better.
They beat the Grizzlies, but we expected them to beat the Grizzlies in that one. So, and then we have Boston with the Boston series this year. Boston, they played pretty much everybody they played. Their best player was hurt.
Right.
They played Miami, Buckets were hurt. They played Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell was hurt, and Jared Allen.
I see you trending towards Denver.
Bruh, I have to go with Denver. I have to. Not necessarily because I want to. I was just looking at the run.
So you disregard that beating Dallas in the finals? Because they was healthy.
No, they beat Dallas in the finals. But let's look at Denver. They beat the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves are young. This was early Anthony Edwards. They were young, cool. They were supposed to beat them. They beat them in 5. They beat the Suns. The Suns team, that was the Suns team with Booker and KD. Everybody had great expectations for them.
Chris Paul was on his land.
They were supposed to just blow folks out. They beat them. They beat them in 6. And it was pretty convincing the whole way. They see the Lakers in the conference finals. And they bully the Lakers. Like, we went from looking at AD like, man, he's tough, from how the Lakers beat them a couple of years ago on the way to their finals to being like, yo, AD, what you gonna do? You gonna hold him or what? Yeah. And then we got AD being like, hey, I'm a forward. Chill out.
I think we trended towards the same way, but the only thing different is our top 2 is flipped.
Yeah.
Because I think 3 to 5, we kind of got the same order.
Yeah.
But I think since you trended more towards Denver, I think it's
Boston.
flipped around because I went with was Denver the number 1 seed that year?
Denver was.
Okay, so they went.
Yeah.
They went. Okay.
Denver was number 1.
What was the records?
Oh, let me see if it'll give me the record for that year, man.
'Cause I know how many Boston win this year? 65, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see. Denver Nuggets 2023. All right, so Denver Nuggets that year. Let me see. It's not giving me. I don't know. Let me see. I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Because I want to hold it off for this.
Right.
But the 53-29 that year.
53 and
53,
Boston
29.
won what, 60 something?
Yeah.
Like 60. Yeah.
They didn't have a lot of losses.
Yeah, I know they won probably
But,
like 60 something games. Well, yeah.
But regardless,
Mm-hmm.
Denver that year, just the teams that they were playing, this was a younger Bron and AD that they beat, and KD and Book.
Yeah.
And remember, like Jokic, like as good as we feel Jamal Murray is, and like we can agree he's good, Jokic is the only All-Star on that team. He's the only superstar on that team.
No.
Are you saying Jamal Murray's a superstar?
But yes.
Are you okay?
We can't.
Okay, so tell me this.
Tell
me this. Because there's levels. There's superstars, all-star stars, and then other guys.
Marketability wise, like marketable.
Are you
being marketable? No.
Okay.
He's not a superstar.
Can Jamal Murray do what Jalen Brunson did?
We seen that series against Denver. Against
Jokic was there.
Against the. Come on, man.
Jokic was there to make it. And then Denver has a good team all around. So, but tell me this. If we put...
You said he wasn't an all-star.
He's not usually an all-star. When's the last time he made an all-star team?
Murray is an all-star, man. Come on.
Okay, so...
Now, a superstar, no.
Who would you take off the team, off of an all-star team to put Jamal Murray on there for?
Well, he was coming off an injury, too.
Even more to the front.
But this guy, when he's healthy, he's an all-star player. Come on,
now. Let me see... Because Jamal Murray's good. Don't get me wrong.
So you said is Donovan Mitchell better than
Jamal Murray?
Yeah.
Yes.
Playoff wise.
Yes.
That's the argument. Well, you know what?
Yes.
Y'all like Donovan Mitchell?
No, because here's the thing.
And he do show up in the playoffs. So
I was gonna say, like, you gave Donovan Mitchell, his second best player was Rudy Gobert. When the year that he was in Denver in the bubble, when he and Murray were going back and forth.
Yeah.
If Donovan Mitchell had Joker that year, he would have been going to the next round.
That ain't no good comp. So I'm not gonna use that comp because I don't want to.
Would you call Jamal Murray?
I don't want to pull nobody down, but I feel like he's a superstar.
Would you call Jamal Murray a top 15 player in the league? Top 15.
I would say a top 20.
You would call him top 20?
He's a top 20 player in the league. Healthy.
For sure not top 15.
He's a top 20.
He might not be a top 20.
How many? At the 2 guard position?
No, we're not saying position. I said as an NBA player. As an NBA player.
They do all-star games by positions.
No, they do front court and back court. So now what?
So they do the votings by position though, right?
No, they do front court and back court.
He's a top 20. He's an all-star, man.
Bro, we can name...
It's just so loaded, bro. You got to leave somebody out.
Bro, we can do this real quick. Is he better than Jason Tatum? Yes or no? Is he better than Jaylen Brown? Yes or no?
Before this year, yes.
That's crazy. Is he better than Jalen Brunson?
No.
Is he better than Julius Randle?
Yes.
That's fine. I'm going to go strictly by what you said. Is he better than Maxey?
Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he better than Joel Embiid?
No.
Is he better than... You already said Donovan Mitchell. Is he better...
I don't think he's better than Donovan Mitchell.
Is he better than Halliburton?
Yes. Yes.
Is he better than Dame?
No.
Okay, I'm on 7. Is he better than Giannis? No.
No.
Is he better than Trae Young?
Yes.
Okay. That's what is he better than Jimmy Butler?
They do 2 different things. Like,
is he better than Jimmy Butler? A simple yes or a simple no will suffice.
Yes.
That's crazy. Is he better than Paolo Banchero?
Yes, right now.
That's
Yes.
crazy. He's not better than Joker. Is he better than Cat?
Yes.
At basketball.
Yes.
Okay, I thought you might change it, but I had that. Okay, is he better? Is he better than Ant?
No.
Okay, is he better than Shay?
No.
Boy.
No, he's not better than Shaq.
Okay, so that's what. Is he better than? Is he better than? Is he better than Steph?
No.
Okay. Is he better than Brian?
No.
Is he better than AD? Don't do that. There's no world. There's no world. There's no world.
I see what he did, AD.
There's no world.
I just see what they did to the Lakers now.
Yeah. No, but there's no world. Okay, fine.
No,
Is he better?
I'm not gonna say that. I'm not
Okay.
gonna say that, AD.
Is he better than Paul George?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Right now.
Is he
Right
better than
now.
Kawhi?
Right now, because he stay healthier. Kawhi is not on the court.
A healthy Kawhi, is he better than him?
No.
Is he better than a healthy Paul George?
Paul George before the injury?
Paul George. If Paul George was healthy tomorrow, is he better than Paul George?
Man.
Yes or no?
Paul George is superior, man. No.
Okay, so that's 16. Is he better than KD? That's the easy one.
No.
Is he better than Booker? Don't do that. Booker has let
Man,
us
I'm not trying to respect these
Booker has let us sit to the
This dude
championship.
is a champion.
Is he
bro.
better than Booker?
No.
Because Booker could do everything that he
No,
did.
no.
Okay, that's 18. Is he better than De'Aaron Fox?
I'm saying yes.
I'll let you live.
And the reason why I'm saying it,
You don't even have to
the
explain.
reason why I'm saying that,
What's
because
up?
he's not had the opportunity to be a number one.
Okay.
If he was put in a position where to be a number one, yes.
Okay, so we at 18. Is he better than Luka?
No.
That's 19. Is he better than Kyrie?
No.
That's 20. Is he better than Ja?
No.
That's 21. Is he better than
Now I don't say he better than like half of these players.
Is he better than Zion?
No.
That's 22. Is he better? Is he better than? And I'm just picking like one or two from each team. Some teams I skipped Houston. Is he better than Wemby?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll land at 22
How we at 22, man? When I like all the players you named, he ain't been better than.
because there are a lot of players I named that he was not better than.
But it went 20 of them.
Yes, there were.
I'm not. I didn't count that, bro.
What were you counting by threes?
I was kind of based off what you were saying.
There's no way. There's no way. So in conclusion,
A lot of these guys ain't champions. He's a champion.
no, yeah,
And he was a key
but
piece.
a lot of no, for sure. We'll never say he
And
was.
also he's playing with Jokic, so he's not a number one.
Right.
If he was a number one,
If he was a number one player,
a lot of these players
because he
I would have
gets
to
injured
say,
too.
A lot of these players I would have to say no.
Murray gets injured too, though. We
Yeah,
can't act like Murray.
He had 1 year he was injured.
So,
But like we see him time and time again in the playoffs, especially in the playoffs, where his game go to another level. And I'm not even the biggest Murray fan, but you got to give respect where respect is due.
Absolutely. Murray
The dude
hoops.
is a flat out winner, and he play winning basketball.
No, Murray hoops.
I think for sure he's a top 20 player.
No, he's for sure not a top 20 player. Top 25, yes. Top 20, no. It's okay though. Like,
Hey.
you know what? We're gonna make it easy. I already said, put it in the chat. Let us know. As a matter of fact, I want y'all to share this on social media. I want y'all and tag us and let us know. One is Murray top 20 player. We just went through a list. Just yes or no. You can put your argument in there why.
And this ain't-
but give us a yes or no. And then secondly, in the last 5 years, who's the best NBA champion? Championship team in the last 5 years.
Let's not look at popularity. Let's look at productivity. And not your favorite player. I'm not saying your favorite player. I'm saying productivity. We always talk about productivity. What have you did at the box office? What you did when you went in the
When it mattered.
Yeah. So
Okay, I feel you. So just real quick, so kind of just switching gears, still staying still talking basketball, of course. But
Right.
JJ Redick just got the job as the Lakers coach.
Respect to JJ.
What do you think about that?
This could either be a beautiful dream or a beautiful nightmare.
Okay. So we in our Kanye bag.
Man, this could either go way right or way left. It could either be real good for LeBron or real bad for LeBron.
So you saying okay.
It ain't no in between.
Okay, so
It's either all good or all bad.
let's talk about this, because the two examples, that of players who become coaches, we have Steve Nash.
Horrible.
And that one went horrible, and then we have Steve Kerr.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that one
about
was,
Jason Kidd.
No, for sure. But I'm just going out like almost
No
the
experience?
ultimate stuff. Yeah. Now Steve Kerr had like some front office type stuff that he was doing, but
JJ ain't even been a high school coach.
yeah. So just off of, you've heard his podcast, you've heard his, him being an analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Just off of that, where do you think he'll fall? Do you think he'll be closer to Kerr, or do you think he'll be closer to Steve Nash?
He's thinking a lot of Pat Riley comes.
The Godfather?
Yeah, they talking about personality wise. Like, I guess that's what I've been hearing a lot of.
Come on now.
But far as for sure, he's gonna be much better than Steve Nash. I don't know why he got that job. Like, you seen it after the first month that he wasn't right for that job.
But Steve Nash is also
Obviously,
one of
with
the best,
favoritism. Yeah, but
best point guards in NBA history.
like I said, man, he won't get my respect until if he finished over 500, I'll say it was a good.
Who, JJ Redick?
He gotta get him in the playoffs.
With Bron and AD, you gotta finish way over 500.
No. Okay.
That's
I'm saying
a horrible year.
Yeah, but
That's a horrible year.
I'm saying for him to have a good year, they gotta be in the playoffs without the play. Would that say?
I don't know, because
the last couple of years they've been in the play.
Yeah. Yes, but like if there wasn't a playoff, they still would have made the playoffs. What I will say is this: that can't be enough, because how many more seasons is Bron going to play? I know that we're like, he's still in great shape. He can still give you 25 a game, etc., etc. Dope. How many realistic chances are we giving him to win a championship? Because that's why you play the game. You play to win the game.
Right.
You play to get a championship.
I mean, JB, that sounds good, bro. But like, let's be real, bro. When you signed JJ Redick, you were saying, bro, this is a let's see year. You can't obviously expect this guy to got no coaching experience. Of course, he know the X's and O's. But I'm pretty sure if you can sit down 20 different players that can tell you X's and O's about basketball. I mean, you got Rondo.
Yeah.
He passed up, like, I don't know, did Sam Cassell get an interview?
Get a call.
Did Rondo get a call?
Okay, but listen to this, because I hear what you're saying, but the Lakers aren't that kind of franchise. Like, hey, let's find out together. They're like, nah, we're the Lakers. Kind of like Boston. We're Boston. We win. That's what it goes. It's Boston and LA equal.
And that's why I said. Realistically, man, I'm yeah, it sounds good, but realistically, do we really expect JJ to come in and coach these guys to a championship?
Okay,
with no coaching experience,
so
not even high school.
No, I mean
Let's be real,
it sounds
man.
fair, but if we're looking at the last couple coaches for the Lakers, Mike D'Antoni, they gave him 154 games. Byron Scott, they gave him 164 games. Both of that's 2 seasons for each of them. Darvin Ham, he got 2 seasons. Brent Vogel got a little more than 2 seasons.
And a championship.
Luke Walton got 2 seasons. So you really think they're going to wait on JJ Redick to be like, we know you haven't done it before, so we're going to give you a chance because, we appreciate you and we care about you. Nah, that's not how LA rolls. They going to be like, listen, you talk all this hot stuff on your podcast, you try to make, because JJ's a little arrogant on this podcast. Like, I don't know why teams just don't do
arrogant.
this.
He's always arrogant.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know why teams don't just do X, Y, and Z and do the back cut and blah, blah, blah. Nah, okay, so all that stuff you talking, you're going to have to, like, really show us. You're going to have to put in fruition here.
The first one,
that simple.
I know the first one who's going to have a lot to say is my boy up in Milwaukee, the head coach.
Oh, Doc?
Doc Rivers. He gonna be the first one to say something if he's struggling. Cause he's always got something bad to say about Doc.
Did talk.
Yeah, he always got something to say. So if he don't show out,
they have to win that game.
Yeah,
Doc, they play the Bucks. They gotta win at home and
him and Doc had a back and forth too. I think this year earlier too. So I'm willing. I'm ready to see what he gonna do, because he got to put his money where his mouth is. Because Doc told him it ain't easy as it look. You managing all these different personalities, and these are grown men. These are not your sons that's in preschool and in middle school. This is the big boy league.
Because honestly, going over tape is revisionist history. Mm-hmm. It's easy to say, okay, give me the game tape from the last one. Mm-hmm. Why didn't they do this? They should have did this, that, and the third. That's after the fact type of stuff. What's more is seeing the game in real time and doing that. If JJ was able to do that, he would have been playing point guard and saying, you know what, guys, we need to do this, this, and this. The same way Bron does. Where Bron brings the ball up the court, and he's like Amon Shumpert has talked about this, where he's literally on the floor saying, hey, Tristan, if he helps, Amon, you dive. Mm-hmm. Hey, Tristan, you give me the screen. If he helps, you dive. You pop. And he's literally calling what the defense is going to do in that.
You ask me, I think LeBron might be looking at this like he's a assistant coach in player, because
I said that a couple weeks ago.
I think
LeBron should have just been the coach.
I think LeBron looking at it like, I don't really think he's looking at it like he's going to be my coach. He's looking at it like, oh yeah, I'm going to be able to draw up plays. And,
we're a team.
Yeah, we're a team.
We're a coach.
That's a partner more than that's your coach. How's it going to be when JJ say, hey, come sit down, come take a seat? You mess it up. So man, I just think it's going to be a disaster, man. I just think it's going to be a disaster. I'll be trying to be positive for you guys' sake, but really how I feel, man, this is going to be a disaster. I don't care what he do. Unless he win a championship, JJ, you ain't going to get no respect out of this. It always going to be, you got this job because
of buddy.
Off LeBron James.
Yeah.
This was all the mastermind of LeBron James.
See, but not only that, which I definitely agree with, but, and I'm saying this as, I think LeBron is the second best player all time. He is for sure one of my favorite players. I love watching LeBron. I love watching him in person, all that.
Same to me.
LeBron, for all his greatness, one of the things is he is a coach killer. It is what it is. The facts are the facts. Coaches don't succeed under him because one is Bron. Mike proved to be more coachable. Just like Colin said, give him the ball and get out the way. He said, cool, I'll take the jumpers. Phil said, work within the system and you'll still succeed. He did that, success. Cool. Bron wants to be the system because it's if you know somebody who has all the skill sets, but so they don't feel like they have to yield to somebody else. That kind of gives the feel that Bron has, for better or worse. You know what I mean? So it's worked 4 times. And there are other factors in that, of course, but I just can't see or could imagine that JJ is going to be the guy for that. I could have seen JJ going back to Duke, coaching Duke before this.
Yeah. But here's the one thing, though. The one thing I can't give LeBron, though, is that if you do withstand the LeBron James coach killing thing, the other side of that has been pretty rewarding for the ones that have gotten through the LeBron James.
They fired Frank Vogel the next year.
Of course, Frank Vogel, but I'm saying, think about it. You got Tyronn Lue. He went on to become another coaching job.
Guys still go other ways.
Mike Brown, he coached them, and now he's doing real good in Sacramento. So,
but while you're coaching him,
like Eric Spoelstra,
I was gonna say, while you coach him, you're gonna get all the blame.
Right.
So
even Frank Vogel got another chance. I mean, he didn't do nothing with it, but
it's kind of like a quarterback.
Right.
Quarterbacks a lot of time they'll get all the praise and none of the blame.
Right.
If you lose, the defense didn't do something, the wide receivers didn't do something, the running back didn't do something, but it's not your fault. When you win, this is the most amazing quarterback that we've seen since Dan Marino, John Elway, Brett Favre, whoever. Insert Doug Williams, great NFL player here, Pat, all of them, Brady, etc.
But that's where LeBron is, because even with that metaphor you use, with all those quarterbacks, they always be the first one to say it's on me. I take that.
How often do we hear Bron say it's
No, but I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying with LeBron. He don't never do that.
Yeah.
And like some of the time it don't be your fault.
We're top heavy.
But heavy is the crown.
Guys have to blah blah blah.
So and we would just like to hear you say, well, I'm taking this on me. I could have been better. LeBron ain't saying
that. and then people would be like, well, you're asking him to get the assist and the rebound, da 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 da. However, there are a lot of guys who can score the points, get the assist and the rebounds.
Right.
The thing is, when you do that, one, it could take away from confidence of the other players.
Right.
And then two, it drains your battery. Right. Even if you have a high battery like he does.
Right.
Like, we may need that later in the game, not right now.
That's true.
So if I have a point guard who could give me assists, yes, Brian could give me X amount of assists.
Right.
However, right now, we just gonna keep it cool. We just let the point guard be the point guard and you play your position. Or if you play the point guard, cool. Then I need you to play the point guard. Right. I don't need you to try to be everything.
Right.
Say that to the end of the game when it's time to take over. When it's time to close.
So give me so right now, man, give me a prediction.
About the
Over
Lakers?
or under 50 wins?
Over or under 50?
Because this loaded West, you're going to need at least 50 plus to make the playoff.
Over or under 50 wins, I think that they will be...
Now you got to remember, the Grizzlies didn't make it last year.
Right.
They're going to be back and they're going to be healthy.
Right.
And Josh's going to be motivated.
Right. So the team constructed the way that it is, I think that they'll be under 50 wins. Mm-hmm. I think they will probably find a way to sneak their way into the playing game just for them to get knocked out against whoever they play against if that said team is healthy.
Right. Okay.
That's my thing. What you think?
I say under, man.
Yeah.
Because I just look at it. I think Houston going to be better. They're younger.
Yeah.
I think they're going to add a few pieces. I'm talking about all the teams that did make the playoffs.
Right.
The Kings, they're getting better.
Right.
My guy, he's back here. He's going to be healthy. Malik Monk, man, was the guy, man, I'm talking about. He's going to come back for the Kings.
Yeah.
Man, the West going to be loaded, man. So
They're gonna be.
It's going to be hard for the Lakers, man. With the new head coach, man, I don't see them getting over 50, and I think they're going to need 50 plus. So
I can see it.
I'm saying it's going to be based off the Lakers standards and the way they fire people, they're gonna be looking again in another year or so.
I can see that, man. Which is tough, but it's a reality when you get the Lakers and when you coach Bron. It's a monster for sure. But all right, bro. So real quick, and then I want to hear what y'all say in the chat. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna build a perfect player, right? The ideal perfect player. We can't name like the same thing. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna.
Interesting.
Yeah. So. We're gonna build a player, and we're gonna go skill for skill.
Okay.
So, and we can't name the same player. So, size, Embiid. Okay. Size. I'll go Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Giannis. Okay. So we'll go athleticism.
Oh, okay. So can we start over? Let's start over.
Are you gonna start over? Okay.
I want to start over.
All right. So size.
I'm gonna say LeBron.
Bron. I'm still going Giannis.
Okay.
All right. So athleticism. No doubling up.
Athleticism. Westbrook.
Okay, and we're only gonna do current players.
Okay. Westbrook.
Right. So you got Russ. So if you go Russ, I'll go Zion.
Okay.
I'll go Zion. All right, cool. IQ.
You said you can't double up, huh?
Cannot double up.
IQ. That's a tough one. IQ.
Halliburton? Okay. I'll go CP3 IQ. All right, defense.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. Dope.
You
Defense.
gonna say Rudy?
Not on.
If
If it ends in Tuesday, sure. Okay, so let me see. Defense will go.
Jalen Brown had a tough year.
Jalen Brown. You know what? Okay. We'll go Jalen Brown. He liked the. Okay, that's fine. I can live with it. Okay, so then handles.
Kyrie.
Okay, handles. Give me Harden.
Harden. Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Harden. Okay, lastly, I don't know, shooting.
I like Donovan Mitchell as a shooter.
Perfect.
You can stay still.
You know that's where I'm going. So shooting stuff, and then cherry on top, mentality.
Mentality. Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson, that's solid. That's super solid.
He's
Rounded out, mentality. I'm going Draymond Green. My team's gonna be feared. My players gonna be feared. You're not playing with my team because you're gonna try that cute stuff. You're gonna get punched in the mouth.
maybe choked.
Punch, choke.